Thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you, Excellency.
Thank you, Sean.
Let me begin the conversation around the campaigns of your party. It looks so much that you've lost steam. You started on some vibrant level, and a lot of people thought that, well, if it's going like this, it's going to be intense. But recently, things have gone down.
Well, I don't agree that well, we've lost steam per se. I think the environment presently now is completely different to what people are used to in the period leading to elections. I think by and large, our major apparatus of state are ensuring that the normal flow of electoral activities are not as they used to be. You begin to see that largely, it's not only activities at all levels, but as far as our party is concerned, we started regional campaigns, across the geopolitical zones. And beginning of this new year, we're going to start the whisk around the states, state capitals, and doing campaigns in all the states. And also, we've been doing a lot of town hall meetings, meeting different interest groups. But I must admit, I mean, definitely the atmosphere now is completely different than what the country is used to in the issue of campaign. People are not so much as forward in participating. If you look at the participation of civil societies now compared to 2020, 2015, support groups, people have, the tension is, as you say, it's palatable. You can see people a bit more edgy. People, I think it's because they've seen actions of government that is showing gross intolerance for different opinions, and that is affecting even participation by people generally.
Are you saying that the government is frustrating your campaigns?
No, what I'm saying is that the atmosphere does not allow what kind of campaigns people are used to.
So the APC government is choking
campaign. Choking the campaigns generally, because that's what I'm saying.
That's a feeling from your party.
That's the general feeling, because if you look at level of support groups, you look at dinners, fundraising dinners in 2015 were everywhere. People were having dinners with the business community trying to raise money. Now, most business communities don't even want to come out and see that they're getting involved in politics. So the environment is different. So when you talk to a lot of people, people wonder, where is this activity? Why is the activity not as bustly, as active as it used to be? But be that as may, we are marching through in getting a message across, because our message is strong. An election is about a referendum of government. And despite all this level of harassment, intimidation, choking, trying to frustrate the whole campaign process, the message, you can't hide away from the truth. You can't hide away from the message. So we're devising many better tactics of pushing out the messages there.
When you say that, because you were saying that sort of they are frustrating and choking your strategies, or because they're choking the environment, do you have evidence of this? I mean, what are the obvious ones that gives you that feeling?
Okay, well, I'll give you an example. When you see, as I said to you, in 2015, civil society played a key role in working with the political parties in pushing the agenda. A lot of the civil society young groups, when you call them, are very jittery to come out. And they give you examples. They say, look, a gentleman, young boy with Joel, he came out, was too much. He's been locked up, and he's probably going to be locked up to elections. So they're scaring a lot of people that should participate. The police are allowed to break the law and do things that are not conducive to ensuring a free and fair election. So it's those that have a strong will, that are determined. So you're not seeing the level of participation in general that you will see associated leading to this kind of campaign. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, because some of the feeling in the ruling APC is perhaps that your campaign organization or your party is having problems with campaign funding. No. Do you have that kind of problem?
No, I think generally the funding environment is different, because again, what I'm saying is apparatus of state is going about their I'm twisting financial institutions. I'm twisting those who, if you talk to people who are running financial institutions, they tell you today they're being hounded, they're being told, send us the names of people that withdraw money, send us the names of people that are doing things that never used to happen before. And in an environment like that, financial institutions, as you know, once they start getting that kind of harassment from agencies of government, they sort of crawl into their shell. These are kind of, and the business communities and those who normally who are donating funds also are all being scared into those kind of activities. So, but I think it's not, that is happening. But it is not finance as is stopping the activities of the parties. What I'm saying is that what we're used to, what this country is used to in leading to election, and what we're seeing now is not the same. In the sense that the environment we're seeing now does not reflect a country that's having a viral democracy.
So you think it's a caustic process of the democratic practice?
Of course it is. Where, okay, we are going about starting state-by-state campaign. We have done...
when are you starting the state-by-state campaigns?
Next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, next week.
Because it's just about 40 days or thereabouts to the election.
Yeah, we're going around the state and we should finish just a week before, like 10 days before, with a mega rally in Abuja. We're doing that. As I said, we've done geopolitical rallies.
But you've not done in Southeast and...
just two.
South.
Yeah, because they came over the holiday. And generally, we felt those parts of the country are infested in Christmas. It was not a good time, that we should wait till after the holiday to do those two parts. That's the only reason why we haven't done those two parts. So straight after the holiday into January, we'll now pick dates in January to do them. But the other parties is not doing anything.
Again, there are talks about the problem within your party. For example, some governors seem to be having problems with the party. Those are the things that we're hearing.
That's propaganda, Sean.
You think it's not happening?
Yeah, no, it's not. I think at the initial stage, of course, there were some issues that came about, particularly as regards the choice of vice president. But in every political party, things like that do happen. But immediately after that, there were discussions, and everybody has moved on to work towards winning the election. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, because some of the criticism of your campaign is the fact, against your campaign, is the choice of the vice presidential candidate. Analysts believe that your party should have looked to the Southwest. You think the party made some mistake that?
No,
you probably would have looked in Southwest or something.
But I don't think the party. I think the party has a very good choice of a vice presidential candidate. And as I said, the party has done that. That is not a problem within the party now. The issue of governors, I think that's more of propaganda to try and show that there's division within the party. I think there's bigger divisions in the other party. I mean, where you have governors in the party saying they are campaigning for their party for one election and openly saying that they're campaigning for another party. And that's happening in at least 4 or 5 states. Now, that is huge. I mean, I'm not seeing that in our party. I know that there's no governor in our party who is saying, I'm doing PDP for one election and I'm doing another party openly. I'm not seeing that. And so in trying to cover that is all this propaganda that there's division in the party. I mean, a party where governors can be doing that and getting tacit support from the president, then surely there is a problem. I mean, there is a huge problem. I've never seen it happen before in politics. So that is where there's a problem within the party. But the propaganda machinery is, in order to not, turn the attention away from that, he's saying that there's a problem in the governors.
I mean, you've been around for a while in the Nigerian political scene, and you know the person. You work closely with the president, Muhammadu Buhari, the candidate of the APC, and considering what he has achieved politically over the time, in the last 3-4 election cycles, some people are of the opinion that your candidate may have a tough chance at this election. When you're going around your campaign, do you have a feeling that your party might have a very, very tough chance and convincing voters to vote for Atiku?
No, I don't agree. I'll tell you why. As I said, and then if you go around the country today and you ask Nigerians that are they better off today than they were in 2015 when they voted for President Buhari APC? Loud answer is that they're not better off. You go northwest, southwest, southeast, south, northeast, north central. The answer is no. They're not better off. And as I said, an election is about, at the end of this, a referendum. Where am I today? When you vote for somebody, whoever it is, President Buhari, he made promises. He came out in 2015 as a party and said, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. And when you go for election in 4 years' time, you sit down and ask yourself, has he delivered? If he has delivered, vote for him.
But they said they've delivered on their promises.
But you know they have not delivered.
They said they spent over 1 trillion naira on infrastructure. I mean, the National Assembly appropriated those funds.
Let me start. There are 3 major cardinal points that we went to at that time went to the people for. 1, security. 2, the economy. And 3, corruption. Those are the 3 major things, right? Today, in 2015, the security challenges in the country were pretty much the issue of Boko Haram in the Northeast. Today, the Boko Haram in the Northeast, it's getting as bad. I mean, we're losing territory now. As recently, lives are being lost. The view at that time, people felt that, well, you know, as a general, they will be able to address the issue of security, and that was the promise. That was the campaign. But today, you know that in the Northeast, things have not gone better.
No, but today, there is some local governments on the Boko Haram territory at the time, but there are none.
No, there's now the areas now that we've lost.
The military says no. Baga, they say they are in control of Baga.
We can argue that from here to there, but if you speak to the people in those areas today, there are serious challenges in the Northeast. The world data says that today the country is the fourth in number of loss of lives due to terrorism. Leave the Northeast. In 2015, Northwest didn't have a problem in security. There was no problem in Northwest security. Today, there's serious security challenges in the Northwest. 2015, North Central didn't have a problem. Today, as you've seen over the last couple of years, loss of lives significant in North Central. So from a country that had 1 zone that had where security challenges, now we have 3 zones where there are security challenges. So whatever statistics you want to give, the facts speak for themselves. These are people who have lost lives in the North Central, which was not there in 2015. There are people who have lost lives who cannot go around in Northwest. It was not there in 2015. So, and that is why I believe that this campaign should not be on sentiments or it should be on what we see. That's on the issue of security. So for the government to say that they have met their promises, what promise? How have they secured lives and properties in zones that were peaceful before? Are you
saying that the APC government has failed?
They have failed on security, of course.
No, I'm saying that generally as a government.
Yes, I'll take you that security. Secondly, you talk about the economy. The promise to Nigerians was that they will create more jobs. They have lost more jobs. Jobs have been lost close to 20 million. So how have you performed? Look at the economy. Today now, as everybody says, we're the world capital of poverty. Over 80 million people under the extreme poverty line. That has not happened. They have not delivered. And then finally, you go to the issue of corruption. My view, that is more of propaganda than reality. Why do I say that? Even by most of the world organizations, if you look at our indices on corruption, we've gone back. And more importantly, also, what examples have they shown in the government? Has anybody in the government been prosecuted in the government? None, 0. So most of the cases you see are probably have one political connotation or the other. But let's even leave that. A government truly shows that has nobody in his government. Where there are those who have had cases, you're not seeing that. More importantly, when you look at the revenues suggest that there are serious leakages. Because government itself have come out with 3 budgets of revenue levels. And every single time, we've not met those levels because there are leakages. So a government where you see those. So to me, out of these 3, which one have they performed on?